Do you need me to share a screen and do that or not?
There we go. Nope, I can get it.
Perfect. Thanks,
Sorry,
Jordan.
give me just a second.
Yep.
Um,
There he is.
I'm here. I'm here. Sorry, I've got too many hats on today, so I was getting the vendor room kicked off and made sure that was running so I could run over here. So anyway, well, good deal. I am glad to have everybody here. It's been so exciting. We love xLights around the world, and we have been greatly looking forward to this year. And you know, as we've gone, and Jordan can share the screen and show our presentation. Let's see. And this is totally not Jordan that did the poor graphic design. This was me. So he's just been kind and sharing it for us. So anyway, so kind of what xLights. So first of all, I'm Russell McFarland. This is my 5th year in Pixels. I live in Lexington, South Carolina, and love doing you know, light shows. Love sharing light with the community, and you know, just love finding ways to give back. And on our team, we have Jordan Nash and Ryan Casper Cook, who are, they can introduce themselves. But you know, all of us love to give back, love this community, and see this as a way every year to kind of showcase xLights, showcase the power of xLights, and to really give us an opportunity on a bigger stage to be able to share xLights with the world. And so it's really cool to see this thing grow. It's really cool how it's just blossomed over the years. And you know, it's so encouraging. We get 15, 20, 30 messages a year saying, hey, I saw your video on YouTube, or I saw your video on Facebook shared, and I love Christmas lights, and this got me started into the hobby. And that's encouraging. That's what it's about. I had that moment when I was watching Ryan, actually, and Matt Johnson and Tom George, you know, in my years, and kind of seeing that, I'm like, man, those guys do really cool work. I'd love to do that. You know, watching Trista Lights or watching Tom. And so to be able to kind of have all of you be able to, you know, encourage the next generation through your shows and through this project is very cool and very gratifying. So anyway, Jordan, Ryan, do you want to introduce yourselves?
Sorry, what was your question?
You want to introduce yourself?
Oh, hey, I'm Jordan. I help out with the editing and a few other little things. And that's me.
And Ryan? Ryan loves to be put on the spot, I know.
Well, I think you can introduce Ryan for him.
I will introduce Ryan for him. So Ryan Casper Cook is a brilliant sequencer and a brilliant guy. He helps us a lot. Yeah, he's muted. So he, you know, he sequences for us, and he's so much more. He does the website. He has a lot of artistic and creative ability, and both Jordan and Ryan both have incredible insight artistically, and so we really, you know, appreciate their insight and their artistic design, because without them, you know, it flat out wouldn't happen. So anyway, so that's kind of where Ryan lives in Minnesota, and he's been doing light shows for a while, longer than me, because he got me started. All right, next slide.
So Ryan's muted. Can somebody make him a co-host, please?
No, I'm good now. Someone unmute me.
Great, go take it away, Ryan.
No, thanks for the great introduction. Ditto. No, I got started kind of the same way as Russell, and I saw, you know, Matt Johnson and Tom's displays, and it motivated me to kind of figure out how to do it. And I figured it out, what, 6 years ago now, and been all xLights all the way ever since. So it's a lot of fun.
Very cool. Well, thanks, guys. I appreciate y'all being here. So, all right, Jordan, next slide.
Sure. Oh.
So kind of where we came from is in 2016, Steve Geron had a great idea and kind of put this stuff together. It was sequenced to Wizards of Winter, and everybody kind of went out there and got their own sequence. And 23 people participated in that, and it was really neat. I was one of those and saw that, and it was really, really cool. 2017, Jordan and I came on board, and that's when we did Logan Carpenter's sequence of Can't Stop the Feeling. And that was the Trolls thing, and I still run that sequence to this day. It's a crowd favorite. Every little kid asks, "Where's Trolls? Where's Trolls? Where's Trolls?" And so we did that, and it, you know, tripled in size. We had 73 participants. 2018, Ryan came on board, and that's when we had the greatest show. And man, that was an incredible one. I've said this a lot in the forums and stuff. To this day, that's still my favorite sequence of all sequences of all, vendors and artists and all that. It's one of those things where I pull into the driveway in December and I stop and I watch that show and I watch that sequence to its fullest. I watch it end and I literally say, man, that's so freaking cool, because it's a beautiful sequence and it's got a lot of energy and people just hang out their car windows still and sing to that. So that's really cool. 2019, last year, Little Drummer Boy picked up, and once again, we were shocked. So we had 607 of you participate in that, and we had every continent but Antarctica represented, and I think it was like over 30 countries. And so really, really cool. We had everybody from Sammy's truck out on the beach sequence to this thing to, huge 100,000 pixel shows. And it was really, really cool to see that diversity, to see those people participate. So that was very cool. So going forward, we kind of went out there and said, all right, let's take a poll and let's get some ideas from the community. Let's go out there and kind of see what's on everybody's minds and hearts, and then kind of take this back, process it, and figure out with these artistic guys, say, what's going to work, what can we make into a show, what's going to be able to stitch together, what's going to be able to make a good video with, and all those qualifications. So came up with 5 and put that out there recently, and that closed at 12 o'clock this afternoon. So next slide. So 2020 song choice is going to be Into the Unknown, and not Baby Shark, by Panic at the Disco. So that's off of Frozen 2, very popular with the young folks out there. And like I said, we're excited about that. It's catchy. It's, oh no, here we go. Slade. All these Slade fans out there. Hopefully somebody does Slade. So anyway, Slade's great. So anyway, so Panic at the Disco. And we will, yeah, it's a great choice. So it was very popular. The voting was close. So let's do the next slide.
Sorry, just a sec.
We missed one.
Nope.
Maybe I missed one. Well, what's next? So anyway, well, anyway, sorry. Like I said, we had to put these slides together quick. I did it. So we're gonna do an xLights around the world first. It was so close this year and really, really tight. And so we are gonna do both Into the Unknown by Panic at the Disco and Christmas Every Day by Simple Plan. And so it's the first time that we've done one of these with 2 songs, and it is gonna be cool. Like I said, the votes were like within a couple of each other. And so we had a lot of heart-to-heart amongst each other, because granted, it puts a lot more work on the team. It puts a lot more variables into play. But we decided that, the growth has grown so much. And Jordan actually sent these numbers to an actuary friend and watched the trends grow every year. And we're expected to tack on another couple hundred this year. So with that, we wanted to say, what can we do to really, acknowledge the community and pull a lot of this stuff together. So we're going to do 2 songs. So what you're going to have to do is we're going to put 2 of them out there. You pick one and you submit that. So 1 per show. You can't, you can download it and play it all you want, but you can't film it and submit but 1 time and 1 song. And so we're going to go out there and do that for y'all. And these guys are, Jordan's going to take it back and stitch it all together. And we're really looking forward to it. We're really excited about it. So I apologize for screwing up the slides. I don't know what I did there, but people are asking, I see that in chat. Simple Plan, Christmas Every Day, and Into the Unknown by Panic at the Disco. So those are the 2 choices this year. We're going to do them both for y'all. And like I said, we appreciate everybody's kindness. Everybody's, as everybody's been reaching out to us. David Peace put out that donation thing and we were just blown away. I know a couple of us were just emotional about it. So that was cool. It's not about the money. It's about the, people that rally around you and that really acknowledge the project and love you and all that stuff. So that's pretty cool. So we're really excited about it. I think we want to talk a little bit about best practices and some different things going forward. And then we'll take some questions.
Where do you want to start?
All right, Jordan. So what makes a good video? That's a question we get every year is, people say, I can't go out there. I don't have a lot of, fancy video equipment, or, they kind of go out there and take a video that may be the wrong angle. So what makes a good video?
Well, I mean, first off the bat, it's a challenge that we've increasingly been just really, really challenged by, and that is fitting this many videos into this many submissions into one video. And it's kind of a toss-up behind making this video like viral. Like, we want to edit it really, really fast and make it really, what's the word?
Captivating.
Yeah, just amazing for the general public. But yet we want to showcase all the hard work that's been done by all the people that are submitting. So it's kind of the trade-off between the two. Do I cut it so it's really fast for the general public, or do we take it and slow it down a little bit and kind of, we put the names on for everybody and really showcase the work of everybody? And I think that kind of where we're at is somewhere in between those two things. Did that make sense, Russell?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Challenges with editing. So yes, last year we had a lot of 9 splits where 9 houses will be on the screen at the same time, even 16 splits, and we'll put 16 houses. And I think that our goal in doing 2 songs back to back is just to make the video a little bit longer. So I think that the hope is to make the video 8 or 9 minutes. We may take the song, kind of loop it in the editing, just to make the video a little bit longer, because we want to give everybody as much airtime as we possibly can, and not give people's videos, in a little corner the size of a postage stamp, because all of your hard work, deserves more than that. So it's a challenge that we've tried to innovate and try to make ways around that. And I think that using these 2 top songs back to back will help. So I think that Russell mentioned we'll release 2 individual sequences. You can use either sequence, put them on your house, and then submit a video of either or. You're welcome to do both, but just submit one video of the 2. And we're kind of hoping in the end that it'll be about half and half.
Yeah, and given the voting numbers, we think it will be, because once again, it was so close, and we got so many votes.
Yeah.
So anyway.
So, did that answer your question, Russell, kind of in a roundabout way?
Yeah, it does. It really does. I appreciate that. So anyway, so what do you, we can kind of open it up for questions, and if y'all have got questions about the project, like, so once again, this thing's to, all about the community. It's community driven. It's to get, xLights out to the world. It's about seeing all y'all shows and really showcasing that. So it's really exciting. So we'll open up the floor for questions, and kind of, if you want to know about the technology that's used and how it's put together, we get that a lot. Kind of whatever you want to know, let us know.
In order for them to ask questions, I think that they're muted by default, so it's going to be difficult for people to unmute themselves.
Can they unmute themselves?
I released the permission for them to unmute themselves so they can do it.
Cool. Thank you, Nick.
Random question: how close was Lindsey Sterling, "Carol of the Bells"?
So Lindsey Sterling, that was, I'll own that one. The song needs lyrics. The project needs lyrics, and Ryan actually caught it after I put out the poll, and that was something that I let go, and I shouldn't have. And so, to make it successful, we thought, it really needs lyrics. xLights has got a lot of. One of the questions we actually asked during the sign up period for the Facebook group was, "What's your favorite prop?" And that was really meant just kind of do away with robots and stuff like that. But I mean, a lot of people said singing faces, and that was a common thing. And once again, that didn't really play into it, but that was an oversight on my part by not fully listing out all the rules and all that. So Lindsey Sterling was popular, no doubt. I mean, y'all saw that. But as far as doing the completed project and what's best for, the final result, it's a great song, but trying to, accommodate everybody across the world and trying to make it, the kind of achieve the goals of the project, it just wasn't a good fit. So there's a lot of brilliant sequences out there already for that one. And like I said, it's cool to run, but it just, like I said, it wouldn't work for this. What else?
Let's see, someone asked in the chat here, where do we get the sequences and when can we expect the sequences?
Good question. So we get the sequences from volunteer sequencers. Ryan did The Greatest Show, and Ryan.
The Google Drive, I think more so.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
you
on the
want to know
website.
where they come from? Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we put them on the Google Drive. The best repository for information is xlightsaroundtheworld.com. We've got links there to the previous year's videos. As we get further along, we've got tutorials out there. We've got links to the actual sequences where you can download them and all that. And so that's a good place to go and kind of download things and for a source of information.
I'll ask the elephant in the room then. How comes Slade was binned off then? You said why Carol of the Bells was binned off. How come Slade was?
Yeah, so Slade, once again, from a artistic point of view and trying to loop all that, like I said, just didn't, the beats and it just wasn't a good fit. It's it's nothing more than that. It was just not, like I said, not a good fit for the project.
Russell, I got one, and I want to thank yourself and Jordan and Ryan on all the hard work that you guys do. But unlike The Greatest Showman, there was a lot of movie sequences or filmage in that particular one. Are you still going to have, since it is a Disney Into the Unknown, that much in that song? Because I mean, there might not be a lot of people that are going to have P10s or P5 matrices. So I'm just wondering if that's going to be scaled back to accommodate, just a general show out there.
I can take that one, Russell. So Joe, so basically when we're designing these sequences, everything is done by the model or group level. Nothing's done too detailed. So the P10 movie type stuff that you're talking about, that's optional. You don't have to use that if you don't have that element, and you can pick and choose from the sequence what effects you want mapped where. So if you don't have a lot of screens or P10s, you don't have to use those video elements. You could just use all the prop elements from the sequence and map those over instead.
Right. I mean, you can map that to a matrix to, your mega tree, but it doesn't show up very well.
Right. So you probably want to map one of the mega trees to your mega tree instead.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So
no, it's not required. It's just we try to hit most of the main elements that everyone as a community usually, might have. So that way it works best for everyone in the video editing in the long run.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, and we use the same layout from year to year as well. And so the whole goal is to ease the barrier of entry to these things. I mean, there's a lot of conversation of, hey, should we sequence, does everybody need to sequence their own thing, or, what do we need to do? And our goal is to make it as easy for you to participate as possible. And so that's why we give you a brilliant sequence this year, brilliant 2 sequences. And it uses that standard layout, and it's an easy map. And so once you map it year to year, you can literally just pull it in. And now as your show changes, you got to change your mapping. But we really want to lower that barrier of entry to and make it where as many people as possible can participate. Regarding the song choice, we know that there's we talk about this all the time. There's no one song, no 2 songs that we can pick to make everybody happy. It's impossible. And so, we just ask, hey, if you hate it that bad, then don't worry about it. Don't run it, but there's no use to kind of fuss about it. But what we do tell people is do it for xLights, do it for the community, map it real quick, go out there, run out there with your cell phone, take a video of it, and then, don't run it anymore. And that's okay. Submit it. And you don't have to play it every night. There's no obligation to have it on a 3-song rotation or anything like that. We just love for you to participate. And, so even if it's not your favorite, and we hope that 2 songs, kind of eases that. But if it's not your favorite, you can still participate and just don't run it.
Russell, do I have to participate in this?
Yes, you have to. So
Oh, well, I do.
yeah, you have to.
There was a question in the chat earlier of how close was the vote and how many people voted.
Yeah, it was really close. And I
It
don't
was
have.
within what, 5 votes? Within 4 or 5 votes?
Yeah, it was really close, and I don't have those numbers in front of me. but
The final number was just below 1,400 people. So thank you so much for voting.
good question. All right. Who else?
There was one more question in chat. It said, will there be a mapping file we can use to help make the decisions of how to map it?
The
So,
mapping, yeah, the mapping file will be the same.
well, the mapping file would be the same as last year if you haven't changed your display, but a mapping file wouldn't really be available because everybody's display is different. And the mapping file is the file that determines, what the input is and what the output is. And, it maps between them. So because your display is different, there wouldn't be a mapping file per se publicly available other than the one that you might have used last year, because it will be the same layout.
Anybody else?
Will the sequence or the acknowledgments of when each part of this idea is going to come out, will that come onto the xLights Around the World website, or will that be brought out in Zoom meetings?
So we'll do it all. We make sure everybody's informed. We'll put together a calendar in the next couple of weeks of our target dates of sequence release and having that available for everybody. And we try to do that before the holidays ramp up, obviously. And then we'll put out a calendar for submissions and kind of when all that stuff's due. And we try to be real clear with that. We'll put out links for where all the stuff is. So we'll put that on our Facebook group, which is xLights Around the World. As you can see, you search for that. We will put it on our website. And then obviously we'll announce it in Zoom and the other big groups as well. So anyway, this site right here, actually, it's a good thing to talk about. That was a lot of feedback we got last year was, hey, some of the stuff gets lost. And then we had a bunch of people commenting all over, multiple threads and multiple forums. And it got tough to follow and stuff fell through the cracks. And plus people said, let's keep the groups clean and not have a bunch of, extraneous stuff in there. So we took that feedback and said, maybe it does make sense for us to have, a kind of a separate group that's focused on xLights Around the World. And that way you can come to one kind of source, one social media channel, one website, and get your information. And that way we can share from there, share videos out from there and everything else. So it gives us the freedom to do that. And that was based off of y'all's feedback. And so, it's a growing project. It evolves every year. And we have lessons learned every year, what went good, what went bad. And we take stuff away and grow and try to evolve and do what's right.
And I just updated the website as we're on here, Russell. So I don't know if Jordan has it still up there, but he can refresh it and show everyone where the 2020 sequence link is and where they can go for all the updates, downloads, music downloads. Everything will be on this page.
So yes, good. There's more good feedback in the chat. I see that one was the, oh, sorry, Ryan. So yeah, this is xlightsaroundtheworld.com. So go there. Ryan's got it updated.
Yep. And then on this page here, you'll see as we go, these timelines might change a little bit. I copied these from last year, but our sequence links and the audio file links and all the information you need for the project will be on this page, as well as our Facebook page, of course, as we go.
So we had a question in chat saying, do you have to use that xLights Around the World sequence? Absolutely not. We once again, we lowered that barrier to entry. We encourage you to have the free one. But if you want to sequence your own, that's great. And we encourage that. If you want to share that, that's fine too. And share that with others. That's great. If you want to buy, I know, especially the Simple Plan one, that's an older song that has some sequences out there already. If you've bought that already or, want to buy it or whatever, that's fine. And so you can use any sequence you want. The only requirement we've got is that you use the same, song, which these shouldn't be a big deal since they're kind of unique. But like Carol of the Bells, for instance, would be one where, you've got 30 different artists that do it. And so it couldn't be like a different version of Carol of the Bells or something like that. But these are pretty unique songs and pretty unique artists, so that shouldn't be a problem. So anyway, but yeah, use whatever you want. The only requirement is use our soundtrack, or use the commercially available soundtrack that we're publishing, that we're advertising, and that you got to use xLights. And so that's kind of the two requirements. Are there any rules going forward about Christmas theme versus movie themes? Yeah, I don't know. That's something, once again, we grow every year, we learn every year. That you can't win that one. Last year we committed to doing a Christmas one because that was a bunch of feedback that we got the year before doing Greatest Showman. And, then people said, well, I'm not a particularly religious person. I don't like this song. And, why do we have to do this? And I don't even play Christmas songs in my Christmas show. And, so everybody's got different beliefs and different viewpoints and all that. So I don't know, as far as, what comes next year. And I just think we're doing something really new and really challenging this year by having 2 songs. It's something that we've always kind of thought about, but said, man, how are we going to tackle this? Because it doubles Jordan's workload, it doubles the sequencing, so it's a lot of different things. So we'll have to see how it goes. And once again, we'll adjust and keep doing the right thing and evolving. Will Antarctica get included this year? It's something we've actually worked on. Now COVID's kind of scrambled a bunch of stuff up, but that's something we've actually talked about. I've talked to somebody that's going to Antarctica, and that's something we've actually worked on. So I don't know if it'll happen. I'd be surprised if it happened this year, but fortunately we've got a relationship now, and that might actually happen one year. So. Very cool. Any other questions, comments, feedback? All right. Well, thanks. We're excited. Everybody's been, remarkably kind and stuff. Once we got over the initial humps and growing pains and all that, we're really excited about it. We're excited about, partnering with you guys and really seeing your shows. We love it every year to see those things come in, and I've added a lot of elements and stuff, just seeing other people's stuff. I mean, like, wow, that looks really good with those matrix windows. And that was something that I learned a couple years ago with Showman. I'm like, I've got to go out there and put matrices in my windows. And that was just kind of looking at that and saying, man, this is cool. And so I love seeing y'all shows. I love the excitement of the video every year where everybody's, looking for their name scrolling across the screen. And hopefully we can get that even bigger this year. And, it's a fun time. It's a fun thing to be excited about. We've been fortunate to have a lot of participation. We were fortunate to have a lot of great feedback from the community, not just the lighting community, but people all over the place. Both of the last 2 videos have had over 100,000 views, and just to know that many people are seeing xLights and seeing y'all shows is really cool.
Do we want to show we got a half hour here, right? We could show last year if you wanted, or Showman.
Yeah.
Jordan, are you able to share still, or?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm happy to do that. Is now a good time to do that?
Yeah, please.
Okay, let me pull it up in the background.
And as he plays it, if y'all got questions that you want to put in chat, we can answer them later.
Yeah, smaller, larger displays, every display matters. So anyone that has any size display, submit.
Absolutely. And really some of the smaller ones to me stand out. That, all the shows like mine that are average in size, they're all in the mix. But I remember 2 smaller displays. Like I said, Sammy Struck on the Beach, and a guy 2 years ago sequenced his dorm room. And it was just probably, I don't know, 300 pixels in a dorm room. And just seeing that mixed in with all the other stuff was so cool. And to be able to see, that diversity amongst all these other giant shows, and I mean, drive-throughs and huge houses, to see those smaller houses mixed in there is very cool.
So all skill levels, all displays. If you're a newcomer, if this is your 10th year doing it, by all means, please submit a video. We also encourage commercial displays to submit.
Yep.
If you download the sequence and put it on your commercial display and have some cool drone footage of a drive-through or something, or a church, or whatever, please feel free to submit that. We love commercial displays as well. Okay, let's take a look at last year's. This is on, again, xlightsaroundtheworld.com. And there will be information posted here. And usually the most recent information is in this button on the top right. And then again on our Facebook page. So without further ado, let's watch last year's video.
They told me power up a pum pum. A newborn king to see power up a pum pum. Our finest gifts we bring power up a pum pum. To lay before the king, power up a pum pum, rump a pum pum, rump a pum pum. So to honor him, power up a pum pum. When we shall I play for you, power up a pum pum on my drum. Then he smiled at me, power up a pum pum. Me and my
Isn't that cool? So once again, that never gets old seeing. So that's amazing. Yay. So anyway, very cool. So I agree with emotional. I do. I get juiced about seeing it too. So it never gets old. I always get chills. That was really neat last year. Because of you guys sharing it and sharing it and sharing it.
This year is now this new option to use a media player.
All right. So because of y'all sharing it and other people sharing it and everything else, for King and Country, who has like 2 or 3 million followers on Facebook, actually picked that up and they shared it out. And then you could just watch it go from there. So that was really encouraging that the artist thought so much about, what the community did with their song that they wanted to share it and they wanted to get it out there. So a lot of people have asked in chat, are the sequences still available? Yes, they are. They might be buried in Google Drive a little bit. We're going to go find those, and then we'll put links on our website on xlightsaroundtheworld.com to the previous year sequences. They're still out there. Once again, the organization of Google Drive is, some stuff gets nested and buried and all that. So we'll have to dig those links up, and we'll put easy pointers on our website to that. And that way you can download all of the previous sequences. And once again, they're crowd favorites every year in my show, and we hear that from time and time again as well. So anyway, that's that. What else was I supposed to mention? Let's see. Yeah, if you keep your mapping file from year to year, that's what I did. Once again, as your show changes, it kind of, you have to adjust a little bit. But we use the same layout every year to help you out and to help that mapping process. And so you can go out there and kind of save that, tweak it a little bit based off of your new props, and pull the new sequence in. And once again, now you're getting 2, so you pull 2 sequences in. So we hopefully we augment your show with this project. What else did I miss, guys?
I'd put in a question down at the bottom. If you could actually insert a blank area or darken area, because some of those, when you put the names on there, they were white and it actually blended out the names of some of those that I noticed. Could you guys put like a blank spot, insert a little folder, not folder, but a tab at the very bottom, like what your name is, what you're seeing right now, and possibly bring that out better.
Yeah, that's something we can look at for sure. Jordan's taking notes.
Okay.
Well, good. All right. Anybody else? Well, we're super excited. We're very excited. It's exciting to do something new. It's exciting to kind of, once again, keep evolving, keep changing. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully everything goes. We anticipate a lot of participation, and so we're hopeful for that and thankful for that. And we really appreciate y'all here. I mean, it's so cool to have 200 and some odd people, 225 people right now just wanting to hear the song announced, and that's cool. So we're blown away by y'all and by y'all's participation and y'all's interest. And I think it just speaks a lot to what our great developers have, the software they've developed and they've made free for all of us to use. And it's just a great way to kind of pull all this stuff together and just showcase it. So we're thankful for xLights. So with that, we got some prizes to give away. Who's the prize guy?
Ryan, we have, or sorry, Russell, we have about 20 minutes. You want to go into prizes, or do you want to kill a little bit more time and watch another video?
Let's watch Showman. I love Showman.
Oh, yeah. Let's watch Showman.
All right, let's watch Showman, and then we can do the raffle. Does that sound good?
Yep.
All right, here it comes.
Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for. You've been searching in the dark, your sweat soaking through the floor. And buried in your bones, there's an ache that you can't ignore. Taking your breath, stealing your mind, and all that was real is left behind. Don't fight it, it's coming for you, running at you. It's only this moment, don't care what can gather. You feel a dream, can't you see it getting closer? Just surrender, cause you feel the feeling taking over. It's fire, it's freedom, it's flooding open. It's a picture in the pulpit and your blood devotion. There's something breaking at the brick of every wall, it's holding all that you know. So tell me, do you want to go where it's covered in all colored lights, where the runaways are running the night? Impossible comes true, it's taking over you. We light it up, we won't come down, and the sun can't stop us now. Watching it come true, it's taking over you. Colossal we come, these renegades in the ring, where the lost get found, every crown of the circus king. Don't fight it, it's coming for you, running at you. It's only this moment, don't care what comes after. It's blinding out, shining, and it can let you know. Just surrender, cause you're coming and you wanna go where it's covered in all the colored lights, where the runaways are running the night. Impossible comes true, intoxicating you. We light it up, we won't come down, and the sun can't stop us now. Watching it come true, it's taking over you. It's everything you ever want, it's everything you ever need, and it's here right in front of you. This is where you wanna be. It's everything you ever want, it's everything you ever need, and it's here right in front of you. This is where you wanna be. This is where you wanna be. Where it's covered in all the colored lights, where the runaways are running the night. Impossible comes
They got the two songs. We're gonna do two songs.
This is the greatest show.
It's coming in all the colored lights, where the runaways are running the night. Impossible comes true, it's taking over you. This is the greatest show. We light it up, we won't come down, and the walls can't stop us now. Watching it come true, it's taking over you. 'Cause everything you want is right in front of you, and you see the impossible is coming true, and the walls can't stop us now. Yeah.
So cool. Very cool. Yeah, one day we need to do that. We need to figure out the amount. We could actually, that's something we tried to do last year, and that was another lessons learned, to figure out kind of the different size of shows. And we asked that in the submission form, how many channels did you have? And we got varying answers on that. I think some people were, kind of confused by what we were asking. So anyway, but it would be cool to have an aggregate number of lights and estimates. So we're going to size them differently this year. And we've got some plans for that. So that's really cool. We also want to have kind of some, look back and say, who are our alumni, who've done all the years, and kind of go back and see who our alumni are, and who's the, who we've had kind of carry throughout the years. So that's fun and something we all look forward to. It's so awesome. So we are super excited. We're super excited about the 2-song thing. Once again, the feedback and everything was so close. It gives people a Christmas option, a non-Christmas option. It gives you, you know, different tastes, different styles, whatever. And so we're really excited about that kind of twist. And hopefully, like I said, hopefully it pays off. So we're excited about it. All right. So who is hosting this thing? Am I hosting it? So yeah, the question is, you can only submit one song. That is true. And so that way, if everybody submitted 2 songs, it'd be like this giant 2,000 person video, and couldn't manage it. So yes, you're gonna have to pick one. We know it's tough. Once again, you can download and play both on your personal show, but as far as video submissions, one.
All right. Well, thank you, Russell and Jordan and Ryan, all the xLights around the world team. And so we'll go ahead and get to our prizes. And we also want to thank our sponsors first for supporting all of us around the entire summit. Let's get to our prizes. So we have 208 participants eligible, and we have a $50 gift certificate for Moscow, $50 gift certificate for Holiday Lighting Shop, $25 gift certificate for Cool Tees Custom Apparel. So we'll go ahead and run this here. It's going to take a little bit. Oh, that was actually quick. So first we have Henry. Let's see, Henry is here. So Henry gets the $50 gift certificate. 38. Lenny is here. And we have Mark is here. So congratulations to you 3. And again, thank you, Russell, Jordan, and Ryan.
Yeah, thank you, and thank y'all for participating, and thank you for your love and your interest. It was cool. Phone was lighting up during the presentation. We had like 15 new people join the group, so that was neat. And we really look forward to this year and working with y'all. So thanks so much.
We've got a few more minutes until the next class, which is Billy Zama. He'll be doing my first year with lessons learned, decisions.